What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CUBREACTS, as we jump into something a little bit different. A few weeks ago, I put a poll up on the channel, basically asking you guys whether you'd be interested in me doing more sort of battle rap related reactions. I'm a massive battle rap fan. It's something I did myself for a number of years. It's something that I try to keep a close eye on. It's something that I've always enjoyed watching and always enjoyed taking in. And I'm really excited to be doing this today. We're going to be checking out a league here in the UK that goes by the name of Premier Battles. It's a company I've DJ'd for, I think, once or twice when they've been in London. Again, one of probably the largest companies in the UK right now for what they're doing. There's some really cool leagues in the UK at the moment, really putting on sort of different styles of battle rap and showcasing it in its full spectrum. And this is one I'm very excited for. Two of my favourites in the UK. You see Cojay going up against ARK. Now, Cojay, one of the same class that I'm in regards to when I was battling. We were in a clique together at one point called Lightwork as well. I think Kojay's wicked. I love what he does. I love the energy he brings. I love the kind of intricacy he brings to a lot of his writing as well. But then ARK next to him, again, an absolute veteran of the game. Dub RC veteran, been doing this for, I think it's approaching like 15 years at this point, which is absolutely crazy. The amount of time that he's actually been involved in battle rapping and being at the top of the game the majority of the time. So yeah, this should be really, really good. I know these two had a bit of friction a few years ago back when, back when I was still going to events on a regular basis. So this should be really cool to break down. I'm excited to see how it does sound. Again, reaction-wise, this one's going to be a little bit different. We're going to be reacting, obviously, if there's a bar that we like, and if there's something that I feel the need to explain, we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm excited to do it. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to jump into it. I do have a Coke Cherry in front of me. Coke Cherry Zero, though. I've cut all that normal sugary stuff out. So yeah, let's jump into this one. I'm excited to see how it sounds. Let's go.
Just a relic from the past. If he was smart, he'd be topical, but do a little digging, you'll see archaeological. A walking
okay, this is going to be good.
And the way I
this is going to be nuts.
Because if Diz ever comes to the bits, then he'll floor it, yelled snitch. And he forced you to run to the hills for it. It's mad. Disaster came, and ARK wasn't built for it. Listen, my next battle is gonna be expensive, Trubs. Believe me, you have to come in with a briefcase to get it done. You sound like you're on every drug and chat a whole bag of shit that makes absolutely no sense to us. I build up the background and the narrative. It gives a special effect to every punch. You fake deep, I'm a deep fake. I could put this body on anyone.
Oh. Okay. Right, we're in for a good time here. Again, I like the idea that that Premier have done with putting the sort of almost like clips of the clash at the beginning. I feel it kind of gives you a kind of idea of what to expect, but it also kind of sets the tone of like, okay, this is where we're going. And again, the new tune from Gemini as well, another big name in the sort of UK scene. We've interviewed him here on the channel before. Wicked vocalist, again, wicked battle rapper as well. I think this is the Cheese and Bread tune, and I think the lyrics from this are featured in a Sidemen Sunday video. Was it a Sidemen? No, it was a Beta Squad video. It was a Beta Squad video that had Stormzy in it. So yeah, make sure you check that out as well.
Scary.
Cheese and bread.
I watch a lot of YouTube.
Lord.
So I be like cheese and bread. These days I've been feeling blessed. Lockdown ain't and me feeling stressed. Could have been sat up in a cell for the whole year, but now I'm free instead. 2019 was a blood clot madness. Right now man, I'm trying to beef with feds. Right now stuck up in a 2-year license. Can't wait till I got 3 months left. Then I be like cheese and bread. Man, I would have air speech like 10. Man, I lost backseat.
I do like this as an intro.
Man, a man's gal, man, I treat like chesky.
This sort of art style is really, really cool with like the almost like stop motion chalk effects going on, the sort of overlays. Liam Bagnall shot this. Cool. Edited by Briggs.
Cheese and bread.
Big up Briggs, man. Briggs is the guy with this sort of stuff. Again, he's pushed Premier Battles so much with what they've been doing. Again, he's been around for years. I think the last time I saw him was at a charity boxing event I was DJing at. We sat down for ages chatting about just sort of like metrics and how YouTube works and things like that. And he's always been really, really I wouldn't say keen, but he's always been really kind of pleased to see what we do here on this channel. And he's always been quite like, he's always asked a lot about it and like the posts and stuff. And again, he's a veteran at this sort of stuff, so it's always cool to see.
I got gal from east and west, big back ting with a D-cup breast. Got a good job with the l.a.x. Tell the gal I was gonna meet at 10, but it's at 10 when I even dress. Turned up late, she real upset like sorry babe, man I had a decent rest. Yes.
We are in London for the plug too. If you was in the building, make some noise.
Do make sure you are subscribing, people. They put out incredible content, and this isn't easy content to make.
But I am joined by my co-host.
It's Mr. Trubb's plug wiretap shit. London, make some fucking noise, man. Yeah.
Big names in the building. I've seen Tony D. I'm pretty sure that's Tony D there. Obviously, Bizzo's UK champion right now. That's really cool to see. Yeah, some wicked names in the building. I'm pretty sure I've seen Rivers in the background somewhere as well. Yeah, it's cool, man. Big up Chubbs as well. Make sure you follow Wiretap on YouTube as well. They run a really kind of cool sort of podcast series, interview series. They go to all the events. They're almost like Battle Rap Media at this point, but going to the events, interviewing people post-battle. If this is something you're interested in, definitely worth checking out, honestly.
I'm looking forward to this one. On the left-hand side, you've recently seen him on Premier Battles against Moke at Apex. He's one of your own. London, show some love for ARK. Let's go.
Go. Legend of the game, man. Proper legend of the game.
On my right-hand side from Manchester, been killing it this year. Man like Cojay, man. Make some fucking noise.
Go, Cojay. Again, these are two heavyweights, man.
3-round battle. ARK won the flip.
I think Kojay's had a title shot recently as well.
It's round one on you, bro. Let's go. They have you winning like they had Viz winning. I burst their bubbles. They have you winning like they had Viz winning. I burst their bubbles. I understand the difference here.
I was about to ask what venue this is. I am listening, but I'm about to ask what venue this is because I do not recognise it. I think it might be a new one. It's Amersham Arms, it says at the bottom. Again, I've never heard of this place, but again, the setting looks great. I love the sort of pillar boards in the background. You've got the stage in the background as well, so it's pit. It's lowered pit because you've got the kind of raised outside, which is always the best format for battle rap, I feel.
They think this would be a struggle, but their wires are being crossed. It's mad how they had it muddled. They thought the Irish would survive at the plug, but this is troubles, and now it's archaic. But now it's archaic. They're hyped about you getting involved. His return was immaculate. He was electric with Moke, and I'm listening like, he's really setting the tone. Then I heard you say I'm Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense, and I remembered you're old. Only a veteran if you measure it by when it is. Because if we're looking at his record, then he never wins. He was 2-7.
He's only a veteran if you measure it by when it is. That's one of those ones where you're like, how has no one said that yet? That's genius. Wow, we're already at level.
When he got Ilmac, had me questioning whether I really need to get better or just need better friends. Cause was there propping you up, and that's the plain truth. Started in the dub RCs and they hate you, but when you teamed up, everything changed and your name's proof. Cause you were animals as a pair when one man made you. Just a relic. Just a relic from the past. If he was smart, he'd be topical, but do a little digging, you'll see archaeological.
This is the intro bar, isn't it?
In a way, I feel for him, cause if Diz ever comes to the bitch, then he'll floor it, yelled snitch. And he forced you to run to the hills for it. It's mad. Disaster came, and ARK wasn't built for it.
That's nuts. That for me is what I love about watching battle rap now, and it's a normalized thing now. It always used to be like, oh, this is just what the writer people do. But I always like the idea of just setting a tone, building a scenario, like literally creating a storyline within like 4 to 6 bars. I think that's one of the best, most impressive things to do just in writing in general, like setting a tone that quickly and kind of taking all the elements and pulling them in. And again, that was a big thing at the time. I remember that was 6th birthday weekend when Diz was in the UK. I was there at that event. You can see me on stage. It's nuts. But yeah, I remember we got the coach up with Disaster from London, and he was on our coach with a few of the other people that were performing that weekend. Nuts. Go and watch some 6th birthday footage. 6th birthday weekend footage. Absolutely crazy time.
Good. Cool. Yeah, he went down on a gun charge, but that was way back when, so don't play that like you would spray gats if you claim that then. I'm coming with big blades, give fades to your lame-ass friends, and I bet you won't see Sam Smith when they slash them, you know? Ooh. Yes. Okay. Yeah, you did a bid. Shit, I wish you done did it in Belmarsh, Dragon Ball Z. You should have got wrapped in the cell ARK. Yeah, it felt harsh. But I've gotten wise to your deal. You're making ties with one of the best guys in the field. See, there's a trend with your friends and you climbing in skill, and it is so archaic to be riding with Quill. Coming back out of the blue and he's doing this new shit.
Big up Quill.
If ARK structure measures up, then it's down to the qubits. All the angles you use, done best before you, so test the royal. I let vets rest in soil. Your threats are foiled. The scraps you've been left to toil. Got ARK shooting in the dark like a Tesla coil, so... So, you might not see me as a vet, but I've made it through. To downplay these moves would be to stain the truth, and I will force you to accept that I paid my dues, cause you're rap history. So I'm making you, ARK. Let's go,
Very, very good first round. Again, concise, very specific in a lot of the terminology. The references are all quite kind of wide. You don't have to be like a super battle rap fan to get the majority of it. Obviously, there's a couple of references to again, sort of ARK and Disaster a few years ago. Well, it's a long time ago now. That's nearly 10 years ago. Wow. But yeah, there's a lot of sort of stuff going on. Obviously, it's not nearly 10 years ago. It's about 8 years ago. But it's really cool to see how Cojay mixes like the sort of in references with sort of just really good name flip wordplay. That's something he's always been really good at. People kind of downplay name flips. I think that if you can get a good one that hasn't been done before, it instantaneously hits home, especially if it's around a relevant topic to a point you're trying to make. Yeah, let's go, ARK. Let's see what you got in the bag.
Happy birthday to you.
On a side note, I keep getting tagged on Twitter around football posts to do with people who have been involved in battle rap that know how to play football. Big up everyone that's always in those tweets, man. I've seen clips every now and then, and I've heard tales of how good everyone else is. So I don't actually know how good other people are, but if we're all getting tagged in the same thing, we must all be all right, really.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cojay. Happy birthday.
Like, that's one of the most embarrassing things that you could have happen to you.
Hip hip! Hip hip! Congratulations, Cojay. You made your way to the stage. I got a mate of a mate, and although he couldn't make it today, he's been at home in the kitchen slaving away. He said he felt really bad about your latest exchange, so to make it up to you, Unanimous has made you a cake. Yo.
For those that don't know, that's Quill, by the way. Quill's also cold. Go watch Quill battle. He's fire at what he does. I like that as an intro, man. Again, have you ever had like someone do like happy birthday to you out of nowhere when it is your birthday and you're out? It's the most embarrassing thing in the world. It didn't happen to me this year, and I was very happy about it. But it's the most embarrassing thing that happens to literally everyone every year. It's horrible.
Disrespectful, bro.
He apologises that he couldn't make it down for the battle, but he also said just make sure he doesn't burn down his mum's house with a candle. Look. Hey yo, I'm sorry, I'm just taking a piss. Do you want to blow out the candles, start making a wish, but don't tell anyone what you're wishing for, but wait. Is it this? Listen, Cojay has been waiting his whole life for this battle, so let's get it done. But how can he compete with me? He dreams of beating me. But that day won't ever come. But I ain't gonna treat him equally, cause this here's a special one. So if I don't get all 3 rounds, it ain't cause I respect you, cuz it's cause why would I give him the 30 when I could put him in the 27 club? Listen, my next battle is gonna be expensive.
That's fire. Again, just a little backstory. Again, there's gonna be people on this channel watching this because it's something new, and then I'm assuming there's gonna be a lot of battle rap fans who already know the story, so this isn't for you, this is for everyone else. Again, these two have had a bit of back and forth over the years. I think it was at maybe Sunburn they were kind of going at each other, and it's just been a Twitter thing over the years as well. They've kind of gone at each other on Twitter a fair few times, so that's where the sort of idea of Cojay always wanting this comes from, and ARK's always been the one to say no from what I'm aware. But again, there's a lot of backstory behind this, which is cool. I like that. I think that's something that's kind of missing in a lot of just competition in general these days.
Trubs, believe me, you have to come in with a briefcase to get it done. You sound like you're on every drug and chat a whole bag of shit that makes absolutely no sense to us. I build up the background and the narrative that gives a special effect to every punch. You fake deep, I'm a deep fake. I could put this body on anyone. I said,
fire.
Listen,
that's so fire.
I said
the intro
I could put
bar,
this
but yeah,
body
that's
on
fire.
anyone. I'm Professor Clump, and you don't know what. And you don't know what ARK's gonna turn up today, but I sent my love, okay. Against Moat, I kept it light like an old flame and came out of nowhere wigging on him like Jeffrey at the Soul Train. Yo, wait. Hey, yo, I told Skirms I don't know how this one's gonna go, mate. He said, relax and remember, it's just Cojay. Listen. And he's right, it's just Cojay. He's had bars for me in his phone since 08. It's just Cojay. He steps on stage and can barely remember his own name. It's just Cojay. Look, I watched your debut in the park when you were 4'2". Now he's talking like he's gonna beat me, but who does he think he's talking to?
I love that.
You're forgetting about all the things that we saw.
That park, by the way, was one of the... I didn't do the same tryout day as Cojay. I think mine was 2 weeks later. But that was without a doubt one of the scariest experiences of my life. If you are ever tempted to go into battle rap, please understand, it's going to be terrifying. No matter how much you want to kind of hide away from the fact it's going to be scary and you want to turn up and be like this nutty, really good battle rapper on your debut, it's going to terrify you. I'm just saying now. That's the only advice I can give you. And until you're in that scenario, it's unexplainable to anyone else. And I can say that because I've been in that scenario 14 times.
All you do, fam. I remember you when you were built like Georgie Roots.
Nice.
And that Donny had all the hype. And then he got a bit too arrogant and then we watched him soar decline. But listen, so you beat Roots like you should have done. But after that we saw you rise. So yeah, you beat that square root and had a little uptick. But this is where we draw the line.
Here we go. Here we go.
So you did good against Frizz and Frost, and that battle with DNA you did, but then this dickhead flopped against Bizzo cause he weren't saying shit. I'm too accustomed to the process, and I've seen the way you win. You're only good against people that got easy names to flip. So if it's bullshit, it's bullshit. I'm calling.
Literally what I said earlier. Not that's the only way he wins, but I said he's really good at it, which is true. He is very, very good at it, but I didn't even clock that as an idea. That's nuts.
At that, I can't knock it, but I will show up at his door with a bat. I'll scrunch him into a ball like a contortionist act, and then throw him into the box like Rory the Lap.
That's crazy.
Bar of the battle so far. Throw it into the box like Rory the Lap. What? If you know ball, you know who Rory the Lap is. The guy had a nuts throw. I used to hate when United played again. I can't even remember what team he played for. Was it Southampton he played for? Or Leicester or Sunderland, maybe it might have been Sunderland. I think it's one of those three, but all I remember is just whenever his face popped up on screen, I knew that we were probably going to be in for a few issues. I mean, I think at the time we had Ferdinand and Vidic at the time Rory Delap was playing. Maybe. Might have been a bit earlier than that. Might have still been Johnson and Stam, maybe. I'm not too sure, but yeah, bar. Absolute bar.
So I'm a show respect for who? He smoked too many zoots. He calls himself the GOAT, but we don't have any proof. He chokes again, and chokes again, and chokes again. He's loose. The irony. Your memory's the reason that they won't remember you. Time.
I like this. I like the formatting on this, man. I like the fact that both of them have come with very concise, very specific rounds. Like, there isn't too much, like, there is, I suppose, in regards to their structure, there's not too much that isn't necessarily understandable to someone that isn't a fan already. Like, it's very accessible as a clash so far. Again, really good sort of name flip stuff. I'd say ARK stuff is a little more specific, I feel, in regards to sort of digging at him personally. I genuinely don't know how to call that first round. Just for the Rory Delap bar, I think I'd edge it to ARK because I think they had the same amount of well-structured stuff. Not the cleanest round for me either. There was a couple of little stumbles and little stutters, but not enough to kind of throw off the pace. But I'd probably just edge it to ARK. Yeah, let's go.
Back in 2013, you were my enemy. He used to threaten me because of shit I said in tweets. But you were 36, so make it make sense to me how at 27 your op was 17. Catch him trapping with his crew. He planning what to do to get the drop in the ops. Strapping up with tools, they mad. Yelling, Sam, we active, what's the move? He's like, to get the jump on him, we gotta catch him after school. I mean, for a man of...
Again, that I love stuff like that where it's like you build up this mega point and you basically make people feel stupid for how they've acted in the past. That's like one of the best moves you can do in battle rap, in my honest opinion. And I think that as a build-up, it does kind of nullify a fair few things about what ARK was saying, obviously, about Cojay always wanting to do this, and then he's basically said, you used to go at me in tweets and I was a lot younger than you. Like, what were you actually trying to achieve? Like, it's cool. I like it. The back and forth, the way they're almost like rallying the same sort of point back and forward over the net.
His age, he's had better days. His face is proof of it. Andy Dufresne and his plan to escape. He's going through some shit. I mean,
it's a tired topic, but yeah.
Looking like the Skeksis out of the Dark Crystal. fucking ARK the Aardvark. When you show that nose, I think an ant may die like No Way Home. Fucking tragedy. A fucking tragedy. Just like the way that you pad your schemes. You act like you have a theme when it's actually pageantry. Attacking Moke for virtue signaling and fake morality. In the same breath, bragging about giving your fee to charity. Do you know how fucking stupid that is? You're forever a clown to me. He writes his bars and pictures because he doesn't know how to read. You fucking talking about.
I don't know whether that's meant as the double of he doesn't know how to read a scenario or read a room and doesn't know how to read. It's a really stupid thing to say. But again, nice double.
Charity, as if he demands a fee. But really, we know you're acting as if it would be grands at least, but you get peanuts. The real figure's hard to stomach. Booking ARK nowadays is like bargain hunting. It's like you went to a girl's house and she showed you a bunch of crystals. Stupid bitch, you ain't really charging nothing. So,
Let's go.
Listen.
I hate those crystals, right? I'm sorry in advance to anyone, but I hate it. I hate it so much. That's cold. That's cold because everyone in the room knows exactly what people he's talking about there. That's hilarious.
Stupid bitch, you ain't really charging nothing. I know you lived in a prison cell, but you're come to a living hell. It's about to get real dark for Sam, like Splinter Cell.
Go, Cojay, go!
It's about to get real dark for Sam, like Splinter Cell. In a match with you and me, I'm rapping a eulogy. If you were twice as good as you are, you wouldn't be half as good as me.
Nice closer as well. I love that. Again, that idea of just a really nicely, I suppose it's sort of a balanced statement, but if you were you wouldn't be and the 2 points match up. Yeah, really, really nice, man. Again, this is Cojay in his bag, man. When he's concise, he's precise. They get a couple of little stumbles, but nothing that's kind of throwing him off the pace. And again, I just think his whole approach to this is good. It's just direct. There aren't any punchlines that are just kind of that could be used on anyone. They're all quite specific. Even that about to get real dark for Sam, like Splinter Cell. Again, really nice, like quick one, but he doesn't linger on it. He moves straight on to the next one. Punch heavy, but there's still a lot of substance behind each punch, which is Cojay at his best, in my honest opinion.
Hey yo, Cojay's biggest fan, Conor Murphy. He signs his own autograph and rocks the jersey, and the way he acts around these real top tiers is Oscar worthy. But fuck Conor, he looked like his name should be Ernesto. Let's go. I said fuck Conor, he looked like his name should be Ernesto. Let's go. They got him against the PES 5 Shevchenko. You might not like me.
Wait a minute. That's a real Shevchenko right there.
I had PES 5, man. I love that. Mate, the thing is, yeah, football bars are always described as being quite tired. But when one hits, like Rory Delap is such like a unique sort of football reference. Shevchenko is a really nice word to rhyme. That's the best Shevchenko bar I've heard. Like the PES 5 Shevchenko. Like, ooh. And it just takes me back to childhood. That's it. It's a combination of nostalgia and cool referencing that a lot of people in the room clearly get. I love that as an approach from ARK.
Got him against the PES
It gives off this impression of like,
not like me.
Yeah, it gives off this impression, I suppose, of like kind of, look, I've seen a lot of the world. That's the immediate thing that happens. It's like, this guy knows stuff. That's the sort of impression that he gives.
But you will show me respect though. That's why I'm on your Mount Rushmore. Nah, well, I didn't expect so. I might not be on Jay's Rockefellers, but I will be on his headstone. Listen, yo, you wanna rap? And L's the only thing you're gonna get from me, but M's for murder in the nth degree. I said, Trubs, one more time, I will forget this fee. But oh, how you know I'm gonna get the P. I will sit you down on the bench for free, cause stand up, you get played like a Nintendo Wii. I have been at the top of every era since I was 17. Remember me? I'm Mr. Longevity. Tony D is the only one that could be mentioned in the same breath as me.
Jesus!
Yo, we set
That is basically going, look, I am as established as it's possible to be in this scenario. Again, I love that, like, top tier since I was 17, and he's every era that ARK's been involved in, he's never dropped out, in my opinion, out of the top 5 in the UK. He hasn't necessarily been the most consistent in regards to clashing, but he's always been one of the best, and he's advanced his style so well over the years, going from the original punchline sort of style of WRCs, which is obviously primarily freestyle, he's kept pace and he's updated his style and he's kind of added the sort of more intricacy of the sort of back end of writing, I suppose. He's added that over the years and he's so good at it. Again, staying on topic and maintaining a point, and making the whole sort of scripture that he writes about a specific topic and making it all relevant but yet still syllabically pleasing, and it all rhymes in a good way. It's great, man. And again, that idea that Tony D's the only guy that can be mentioned in the same breath as me. Love that as a punchline for that as a setup.
Minute time limits, but don't let it get to 3, because when you're at the plug, you don't know where that extension leads. Yo, I'm back, and I'm back in a big way.
ARK is wigging.
Get heavy, man.
He is wigging this round.
Said it better.
Much better. Yo, and I'm back in a big way, and you best believe, but since he loves the wire so much, let me show you how we connect the scheme. Wait, let me see. Blade in a palm, face in the glass, ice hockey. You'd be waking up with a straw in your mouth like iced coffee. He said folks start running like they think Omar's coming, but he weren't writing that line properly, because you are like Omar, just a gay little snitch that's hiding behind Shotty. Listen.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I've not seen The Wire, so I tried. I got stuck on season 1. It was just pure admin the entire season. I really did try. I'm going to try again at some point in life, but I was clearly not in a place to watch it at the time. But I do know who Omar is. He is a guy that runs around with a shotgun. So yeah, it's cool reference from what I get. I'd probably appreciate that more if I'd spent more time watching The Wire.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry, I didn't want to do it, Shotty, but you ain't like Omar, you're more like Bubs, always thinking about spooning Bobby. I'll slam his head on the pavement, toe tag him. You recognise the thump like the door of a Volkswagen, and you might have brought your city with you, but we know that they won't back him, because they just want to get the yank out of Manny, like a protester at Old Trafford. So what?
Let's go.
I felt that one. I'm a United fan. I felt that one. Cold.
What are we supposed to forget?
Wicked football ball
where
so
you
far.
went. Think you belong in the category with me, Soul, Tony and Jem, Quill, Ocean, the rest. Even Shocks was above you, and he was no show in events. You're only top tier by default. Now show some respect. You ain't the last man standing. You ain't just the only one left. And now he's trying to puff out his chest like a circuit trainer do. That just give me something to stand on in a standoff when I'm the first to make a move. I missed out on the first chance to open the pearly gates for you. I should have killed Connor as a kid like Terminator 2. Yo! I have had to come to terms with the fact I'll be the man forever. That's why when the music stops, I went a cappella. You're gonna learn today about how to get your act together. You gotta do it for yourself, Black and Decker. But don't ever get... I said you gotta do it for yourself, Black and Decker. But don't ever get it confused. I still have my temper, and at any given moment, I could cave in this cat's head like I'm looking for Aladdin's treasure. So, fuck off, yo.
What? Oh man, that's such a good reference. Wow. How has that not been said before? Cave in a cat's head like Aladdin's treasure. That is nuts. Again, if you've seen Aladdin and you think about it, you'll get it. But that how you get there as thinking of a punchline. That is so cold. Syllabically, like, it's perfect the way it matches up. It is a perfect entendre. Fire. Wow. This is ARK round. I think it's 2-0 at this
sweeter
point.
Than ginger ale. One wrong move make me creep on his set and light him up like Christian Bale. This is 3-0, 0-3. You ain't an op, but we know you're down with OPP. And look, I watched the game and there's been a lot of changes, but you're still the same mid-tier Don from 5 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. I do not care what Connor's saying. I do not care if he's trying to get himself a Battler of the Year nomination. I do not care if Shotty rates him, because when it comes to that spot he's taking, how are you talking over me? Me and him ain't even in the same conversation. Yo, fuck it. I'll beat him in the second, and I'll probably beat him in the first. It's Fury versus Chisora. We don't need to see the third time.
Wicked closer. Slightly longer round from Archaic. I think probably about a minute or so longer. Again, I don't know how strict they were being on time limits on the day, but I think ARK takes that round quite clearly. Some wicked references in there. That cave in a cat's head like Aladdin's treasure. Cold, so cold. Again, I obviously like the football bars. I like the glaze. I like the yank out of Manny like a protest at Old Trafford, cool bar there. There was the Pez 5 Shevchenko bar was cold. Just really well structured, just relentless from Archaic. And again, this is what Cojay was doing. But I think ARK's just slipped a few more into what he's doing. The first one could have gone either way. I edge it to ARK on preference. The second round, I think, goes to ARK quite clearly, to be honest with you. And Kojay's been really good as well. This is just a really good ARK performance. I like the updated logo as well.
Battle rap is a crazy thing. We all trying to find our lane in this mad race. But when Georgie Roots is turning you down,
very much like New Jersey,
you're in a bad place. Look, I turn a man to rubble if he plans to withstand the struggle but can't get dreadlocked. Sam's in trouble. See you on?
Yeah, come on.
Look, let's go. He on Twitter like.
I think that's a Samson reference. Samson, trouble, dreadlock, cut the dreads. I think. I don't know. I may not get that reference. I think I get it. I
guess I don't come across as a draw. The promoters are airing me. I'm more washed than I thought. Crying on the timeline, now not even rates you. Begging for bookings. Another legend that turned fable. What was it you said to Tally? Digging his own grave like a twittering Cojay. Well, how to turn tables. Will he have a rebuttal for that bar? I don't know if anyone knows, but you're gonna look like a beg if you do, and you're gonna look like a fucking beggar.
Let's go.
Now you're old as shit. You had your moment but couldn't hold your grip like you're trying to close your fist with a broken wrist. Now I know, you think you fogged the scene and helped.
Couldn't hold your grip like trying to close your fist with a broken wrist. Oh! Again, this is where Kojay's in his bag, man. When he brings out these like triplets, these like really nicely structured triplets that again are all relevant in the space of like 3 seconds, 3 perfectly rhyming syllabics, but are also very relevant to each other, and they make a perfect sentence. Like I love hearing that sort of stuff. That's like the best stuff I can hear, in my honest opinion.
Molding it, but know that I'm the only reason that you exist. See, I know you'll switch the focus and try and rope them in by taking my positions and opinions to make jokes of it. But know that I will always stand by what I feel. It's so sobering. I'd much rather die on a hill than live over it. I won't submit. See, in the time you were gone.
Wow! All right, this is Kojay's best start to the round. That is such a cool way of approaching. That's such good defense because he's going, these are all the things I know you're going to say. And I'm happy about that because I'd rather be this than live over the hill that you're living on. I love that because a big point of what ARK's whole thing was literally saying he's been top tier for so long. And he's already done all of this stuff and he's been here for ages. Like, I loved it. It's such good natural defense. And it swings the pendulum back, which is really cool to see. A lot of back and forth. I love it.
And you're primed to a hard, but every ARK has a rise and a fall, and I am sure this dinosaur will die in a brawl because the game that allowed ARK survival evolved. And you
ARK's going to have to fight back in this one. I've got to say, this third round is cold. The whole idea of sort of things being based in time, sort of the idea of evolution, everything about that is so well structured. The saying that every ARK has a rise and a fall, and obviously ARK Survival is a huge game you can play online. I've played it myself. I'm terrible at it, and it's quite a slow game. It's not really for me, but I know what the game's about, and it's literally about it's essentially about like a survival game in a sort of post-futuristic world, but there are dinosaurs on the island you live on. That's essentially it. But the whole idea of that in the game is ARK Survival Evolved, so crazy. Really, really well written stuff from Cojay.
So you get your wings clipped. You won't be booked again when they're killed. I'm on my king shit. Take the old head off the bill.
Go, Cojay!
Knock out the ballpark. You thinking it's light till it's all dark. Harrison Ford. You must be Jones for the Lost Ark.
Wait a minute. We sleeping.
Relentless.
Hitters. He coughing when I target his liver. Oxygen thinner. Sparser than a harvesting winter. He gone with a win. He wrong trying to talk God to a sinner. For trying to get under my skin, I turn an ARK into splinters.
Let's go, Cojay! What?
You had a time and a place, but we've moved to a new chapter. The new school.
It took me a second to fully digest that bar, and I was thinking obviously I was thinking you turn ARK to splinters because you're turning the wood in the ARK, and you're getting under the skin of the ARK, which is the wood. That's what I was thinking, but then I'll go, actually, splinters are the things that get under your skin. That's crazy. That's so cold. That's so... Cojay's on fire this round. I was sleeping on that one. It took me a second.
I don't have a clue about you or your new pastures. I don't know what's sadder, that they don't respect you or that I do respect you. Because I'm from an era where you mattered.
Oh my God. What?
Fire. I wish the round was longer though, man, because I've got a funny feeling. How long have we got left on this? There's still 7 minutes left of this video. Well, six and a bit minutes left of this video. That round was about 2.5 minutes, so I don't know whether ARK is going to go on for a lot longer in this final round, which would be a shame because I think that's a very, very good round from Cojay. If he's stuck to a very specific time limit, that's great. I always say overwrite slightly just because it might not get called, but have your like biggest closer a little bit before the end. But again, that's Cojay's best round by an absolute country mile. Love the whole sort of scheme around dinosaurs and evolution, and obviously finishing it with ARK Survival Evolved. Every ARK has a rise and a fall. Crazy. So well written from Cojay. Again, some really good ones in there. I was sleeping on a few of them as well. But yeah, cold from Cojay. Final round.
Mr. Red Flag Media is getting pulled over on the final lap. Is it me or is there a bit of tension? I feel a bit of spite in that. Is it when you were younger you liked me, but I didn't like you back? Now why is it that I feel like this battle means more to you than your entire title match? I watched that battle, and on the 22nd minute and a couple of seconds in, Cojay gets out his phone like a disrespectful prick. I'm thinking, what is he doing, you know? Checking his messages, you know, gone to text a chick. I thought, nah, I should chill, maybe give him the benefit. Maybe he's gonna pull out a magical 4th round OT and catch a second wind. And then I got on some detective shit. I put the evidence on the wall and then connected it. I know you're capable of a lot of things, Cojay, but never this. And then it clicked. I mean, did you really think that we wouldn't find out? Cojay was tweeting mid-battle. Bizzo is absolutely cooking me right now. Listen.
Oh, that's fire.
Imagine this is boxing. I'm Usyk and he's AJ right now. Yo, you get towards the end of the fight. It's like the 8th, 9th round. You take a jab and a cross. You're about to get laid right out. You stop. Take off your gloves like, yo, I'm getting punched in the fucking face. All right.
Fire.
Fast forward.
Fire angle.
Jordan Pickford. Everything is dependent on this. It's the quarterfinals and France step up to take a penalty kick. He has to save it. Either that or hope for a Benzema miss. One sec. At Declan Rice, I am 100% letting this in.
I love this as an angle. The idea of again, Ilmac does this so well. It's like the idea. He did the go ahead man line against Big K. That was like that's like the not the origin of this, but it's like the root of this sort of approach. You take something that someone does and replicate it in different scenarios. And it shows how stupid the idea is. And again, I think that's hilarious, pulling your phone out and going, I'm getting cooked. I think that's a hilarious thing to do. But again, the way he played that and reworked it as a new angle, really good, man. Again, just clever, smart, and engaging with the crowd as well.
Pickford, he's a Yank, so he's more like Matt Turner. Let me come back, brute force, axe murder, fuck that, 2 swords, wax worker, yo.
That's fire.
You better with real deal.
2 swords, wax worker. Ooh. That's like I'm trying to think like whose sort of punchline that's like. That's almost like it's almost like a twerk style punchline, I reckon. Actually, no, Soul's done a fair few like that as well. I think that's definitely one that sort of fits into that Soul category. Cold.
You're better with real deals getting put on the back burner. Flat earther, think the world look like a fucking hamburger. Now look at him. Look at him, bless his little cotton socks. Always trying to fob it off. Standing there looking all cute and nonchalant. Yo.
Really good awareness.
You put the edge in education. I said you put the edge in education, but you didn't get the grades. You watched Fahrenheit 9/11 once, and now you're debating the centigrades. And that's when he went insane. I said that's when he went insane. Started harping on about weather change, and by harp I mean harp with an extra A. Look at him, fucking Bob Lazar's bodyguard. Yo, You spend a week in my position. You were weak in my position. I see it in my vision. The shit I speak into existence. B.O.B. is the priest of your religion. Yo, he made the song.
That's wild. That is wild.
Yeah, B.O.B. is the priest of your religion. He made the song Aeroplanes but can't read a little physics. Yo, he thinks we can go the distance until I beat him to submission. Keep banging on about the shape of water and you'll be sleeping with the fishes. And I feel like you're just doing it for the sake of it now. I know your type. If the world was flat, then he would say that it's round. Listen, yo, this is not a simulation. You are not in the Matrix. This is not a red pill, blue pill kind of invitation. But since you're a flat earther, that just means you're aware of your limitations and you can't quite grasp the gravity of the situation. Yo.
I mean, the thing is, against Cojay, this is a bit of a tired angle now. Like, we've heard every single punchline under the sun. I just like the idea of gravity of the situation is a phrase that I really like. So I hear that and I go, cool, really nice turn of phrase, really nice kind of utilization as a jab towards someone. I still think ARK has to pull something out the bag to get this round, because I think I much preferred Kojay's round, just the way that it was all structured. But again, this is ARK rapping, man. This is what he's really, really good at.
You know, showing great. Mike P, your dad was drinking Mike's pee. Yo, and it might sound funny, but that's what he's advocating. Like, when you were younger, you had to buy fake followers on Twitter when you weren't actually famous. Now you're debating vaccinations about what is and what isn't a factual statement. I mean, look at him today. He's gone through this physical transformation, but it's the steroids that done that. That ain't what his actual frame is. Listen, and it hurts that I have to do this, but someone had to say it, because all of the above is just someone that is desperate for love and validation. But listen, I am here for you. If you ever need my help, you want to talk about color? Well, listen, when I look at you, I see myself. The way you cling onto your accent like it's part of your identity. Like when I moved out of the ends when I was younger. That London slang felt like it was the only real thing left in me. Balancing ego and jealousy is one hell of a combo. And we both got exes that got passed around the circle like a rondo. Yo, it ain't nothing
Cold. It's a nice approach, man. Again, this is a lot more about ARK than it is about Cojay, though. This is ARK, I think, going, look, I think I'll have already won the first two. I'm now going to rap, which is cool. You get to see a different side of his approach. I still think Cojay has this round. Just because of the specificity and the way that he approached it, just a much more condensed, like, punch per line round. Cojay is a lot higher, and I prefer his punches, but it's really cool to see ARK in this type of bag.
Sister got passed around the circle like a rondo. It ain't nothing long, no. Believe you me, even down to the conspiracy theories. They used my song The Zeitgeist on the David Icke DVD. You came into the game young like me, built up a little buzz like me, acted out your traumas from your childhood, and then went pen for doing something dumb like me. But trust my G, before I got my ticket out of the game, I had a 3310 selling tickets in the rain. I made a tactical change, took 2 steps back from the game. Now I'm up in the nosebleeds studying the patterns of play, and I ain't like where I was at, so I had to escape. Street smart, I kept the hammer with the book like Andy the Frame. And going back to that place is what I fear the most. Now my darkest hours feel like they were light years ago. I know you better than you know yourself, and that's probable. I know you better than you know yourself, and that's probable. That's why I know you beating me is absolutely impossible. Yo, I got this pussy on lock like a chastity belt. Yeah, you can bench pressure on body weight, but after this you're gonna learn how to carry yourself. Yo, that is the fact of the matter. That is the fact of the matter, and they are not near me ever. I'm an ARK, top tier forever.
Really good round.
So I be like cheese and bread. These days I've been feeling.
Tell you what, it's a really good final round. I definitely think. I think to an extent they probably inspired each other to be very precise in what they did. I'm calling it 2-1 ARK. I preferred Kojay's third, and I preferred ARK's first. I think the biggest one, it pretty much plays on how you call the first. I preferred Kojay's third significantly. I think it was a lot more direct, and I think he got a lot more like, this is bang on you. And I get ARK's third is very much like a kind of thing of, look, I understand everything you're going to do because you're almost imitating a younger version of me, and I've moved on from that. Like, I get it. It's a cool approach. I think a lot of the kind of flat earther stuff against Cojay now is a bit sort of like, okay, I've heard it before. I get it, and it's cool. I liked a couple of the lines in there, but I don't think it really hit home that well. And overall, I think, yeah, 2-1 to ARK, but this is a very good showing for both of them. I think you could call it either way based on either your opinions on the first or the third. I think it does boil down to preference, if I'm honest. But yeah, overall, really, really good, man. I enjoyed this one a lot. Big up Premier Battles. Make sure you go and subscribe to their channel. Go subscribe to the Wiretap as well. And yeah, just in general, watch more UK Battle Rap, man. It's always good to see. I always try to watch as many of them as I can. I remember there was a point in my life I was going to an event every 3 weeks, and it was a really, really cool thing community-wise as well. So yeah, big up everyone involved. Big up Cojay, big up ARK, both absolutely killing it in their recent clashes as well. So yeah, there we go. Guys, if you have enjoyed this as a video, make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. And if you want to see more sort of battle rap reactions, if you want to see me react to some more American stuff as well, do let me know in the comment section down below, and we shall see you all next time. Have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday evening, and peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and cold.
Yes, it's Kovu. Stay locked. Cooktown TV.
Boys in Kovu right here, and you're locked on to the best breakfast with man like Kovu.
Yo, this is ARK and you're tuning to the sounds of Kovu right now. You already know the thing. Bad boy selector. Alright, let's go.